What's up guys, my name is Ben. You know, I love to make videos about hobbies, family, travel. I want to share with you how I edit in iMovie. If you hang with me for 12 minutes, I'll show you all the basics of editing in iMovie, including these 12 tips. We shoot more video than ever on our phones, our action cameras, our DSLRs. Most of that video never sees the light of day. And nobody wants to watch unedited raw video. We have to learn how to edit that video in order to keep it condensed, engaging, and something that people want to see and share. iMovie comes installed on every Apple computer. It's simple to use and intuitive. If you need to do some more sophisticated editing, you may need to purchase a professional video editing software program. Alright, so the first thing I'll do is I'll use my Launchpad to find iMovie and launch the software. And we're going to create a new movie. We won't create the trailer because the trailer is actually just a template. So here we're going to start by bringing in media. And the best thing to do is to organize your media ahead of time. In this case, I'm going to make a video about a recent flight I took. This is a hobby of mine. It's called paramotoring, and I use a glider above me and a motor on my back to propel me. And I can take off and fly from my yard. I put all the video files from a recent flight into one folder. So I can import that all by going to Import Media, and then I'll find the directory. In this case, it's called Paramotor Flight Sample. I have all the files ready to go, so I'm just going to click Import All, and they've come in now. I can look at the video by hovering above it and drag it down into the timeline to begin my video. And you can see kind of a first-person view of this flight. But in addition to that, you can see I have some clips here from a camera behind me. If I wanted to see what that looks like, I can drag it right down. It's hard to see that 13-second clip the way that this is arranged, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. When I look at every clip, I can see that the volume can be adjusted up or down using this. Because I have volume already from the camera on my helmet, I'm going to reduce the volume here. In the beginning clip, I'm starting to run forward and pull a canopy up overhead. Some of that clip is shaky, so I want to cut it out of the film. And the way I'll do that is I will just click here on the part of the film where I want to trim it. I'll right click and I have the option to split the clip. I can see that this 2.9 seconds is the part of the clip that I want to delete. And because it's already selected, it's colored yellow. I can simply hit the delete button. And now my film is starting at the right place. As I'm pulling the canopy up, I want to switch to the view that shows the wing up overhead and me beginning to take flight. And see I'm in the air. So when you have one clip on top of the other, you'll simply see the top clip. If I wanted to show it as a picture inside picture, I could select that clip. I could come to the top and click on the video overlay settings. I could do a split view, or I could choose picture inside picture, or I could keep the existing cutaway, and I'll leave it as it is here. Now I get in the air and I take a turn, and there's a long period in the video where I'm flying and it's a little bit boring, so I'm just going to right click, split the clip, and I'm going to move forward in the film until I'm over this field where I have the pretty contrast with the tan field and the green trees, and I'm going to split the clip again and just delete the part that was selected. If I want to make a nice transition from one clip in the film to the other, I can come up top to the transition area and just pull in a nice cross dissolve. So now when we view it and we go from one setting to the other, you can see how it dissolves. Let me come back to my media because I want to introduce another view. In this case, I have the camera that is front facing. Again, I'll reduce the audio here. And because that's a little longer than I want it, I'm going to right click, split, select the second half of the clip, and delete. Like any modern software, there are multiple ways to do everything. I could right click, split clip, or I could hit Command B, or I could hover over the end of the clip and use the arrow to trim the clip. When I'm flying over this field, I can see that it's my friend's house, and if I want to make a note, I can go to Titles, Pop-up Text, my friend Bob's house. And that's a 4-second title. I really just want to have a short little thing there, so I'll just make it for a second. Next, I want to get ready to show the landing to my audience. So I'm going to right click and split this clip, delete the rest of it. I'll come back to my media and I'll find that clip where I'm landing. If I want to match it up, I can look for the moment in this clip where my feet hit the ground, right here. And I'll click the letter M, and that'll leave a mark where I landed. And then I may want to see at the moment where I landed in the first person view. Click there and select the letter M to mark that. Then I can match up the two moments right here. So the timing of the clips are now synchronized. And I may want to delete a little bit of this clip, split, delete, and we'll see how we transition from the first person view to the rear view. All right. Guys, please consider subscribing to this channel. It'll cost you nothing and you can change your mind anytime. Well, we can call that the end of the video, and I want to leave an outro. So what I can do is I could come to the background and select the plain background here, and then come back up to titles and put a title above. In this case, I want to say that this was the fall of 2020, and I had a paramotor flight. This was in North Carolina. At the very end, I'd like to transition out of that clip with a ripple. And now if we were to watch the very end of the film, see we land with the rear camera, transition to the first party, have an exit, and a ripple out. All right. When I'm flying over to the barn, I want to show my daughter that this is the barn, so I'm going to actually insert an emoji. The way I do that is to go to Titles, create a title here, but instead of entering text, I'm going to go to Edit, Emoji Symbol, and put in a farmer. Pig, and a cow. I'm going to select them all and increase the font, and I'm just going to center them on the screen. Again, we'll just leave it in there for a short while. The other thing that's important is to include some music. I have some free audio music that I've brought in from the YouTube audio library. It's as simple as clicking audio, go to your iTunes library, and drag in the music. At the very end, I'm going to trim it here by going to split clip. I'll delete this section, and let's move until we get the two little arrows and let it fade out. We'll also allow the music to fade in. Feeling pretty good about the movie, so what I'll do is I'll come up to File, share, and I want to create a file. Now it's asking, do I want to name it My Movie 1, resolution of 1080, that seems fine, high quality, faster compression, or better quality? Let's go for better quality, and we'll put this on the internet. Let's revise the name here. Paramotor Flight Fall 2020. Save it to the desktop. And iMovie will begin to render that video. The progress will actually be displayed up here, and when the movie's done, it's going to give me a little note. So we can take that movie, share it with others, email it, Dropbox it, upload it to YouTube, Facebook, wherever you like. I should mention that editing video in general creates huge files, right? You have large video files, large photograph, large music files, and when you put them all together and you use editing software such as this, the files become exponentially larger. So you actually run into a problem with how to store the media, the iMovie library, and the iMovie files themselves. What I've learned to do over time is to render the videos as many ways as I like. Sometimes I make a long form to share with my family and a short form video to share online. And then I'll delete my entire project. I'll retain the original media, save that off into an external storage, and then I have my computer back to normal. Guys, these are the basics of how to use iMovie. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. I'll make sure to get back to you. Make sure you come back to the channel to check out other video editing videos, including how to edit in Final Cut Pro, how to upload to YouTube, and how to create a YouTube channel. If you guys are into the paramotoring, make sure you come back and check out the channel, Paramotor NC. I've dropped a link below in the description.